Hey, this is Sarah White, and I'm feeling like we're in a super transitional time as humans. And as a recovering perfectionist, I have really been putting off this project that I've been wanting to start for a while, and I feel like now's a good time. This project is called We Will All Be Dirt. Kind of a walk with the realities of really the small amount of time that we have to be in this formation of bodies on this earth. And, just thinking about our aliveness, the opportunity, and also how closely that walks with death. Not in a super morbid way, just an actuality. I'm recording this right after the elections in the United States, 2024. And I've just kind of been grappling with a bunch of different feelings that come along with that. And yeah, a lot of deep thought, grief, and curiosity on what is trying to come through right now. One thing that really feels for certain is that we can do our own individual shadow work as much as we'd like, but there's also this collective shadow. And this collective shadow is going back to all different history points on this earth, all different things that were hidden and afflicted on the land, all the things that as individual we don't want to look at or want to renounce or want to other within ourselves, and all these bodies that are walking both alive and dead on this earth and in spirit. All those stories that are told only behind closed doors, it's all coming to like a collective head. And at first I felt like, wow, the horror of imagining where we're going to be at in 4 years with this puppet, this angry little boy, kind of guiding the ship of this country. The more I've been really reaching into spiritual texts and listening to people that I look up to or look for direction from, all kind of speaking on the same thing, like our inability to look at and to own up and be accountable for the dark things is only rearing itself in a bigger way, where we're forced to now look at it. You can't run away from it now. And instead of looking at that in a really dark space, like dark emotionally space, which I think it will be. I think there can be some really scary things coming, but I think it will force us to really, dig up the bones. This song is from my album, and I was just listening to it in the background. It's called Huesos. I just thought it was ironic that I was on in the background as I'm thinking about digging up the bones. That was from my album called Laughing at Ghosts, and that song was Huesos, which is bones. Anyway, I was thinking about Yeah, what does that mean for us right now? Because there's this, I don't know, if you're sensitive, you can just feel that everyone is kind of freaking out. And social media makes it possible to kind of freak out and like preach from your platform. Cats. My cats just got neutered and spayed and they are fighting and being really rough. Yeah, just it gives everyone a platform to say, this is what you should think. This is how you should think. This is how we should react. This is what we need to do. And it was just making me feel kind of dizzy. Like, am I not doing enough? And then I thought, wow, we just got this news yesterday. Like, what is really pushing everyone to need to react so quickly, to have the answers so quickly? And I know a lot of that comes from the discomfort of the unknown, but we are in the unknown right now. There's no denying that. We've reached places that we didn't want to reach, or at least that we thought maybe it wouldn't be our time of reaching. But I just think about how things keep repeating itself in our human nature. And, we've been here before. And a couple things that really stuck out for me today. I'm just going to speak on today. I don't have the answers for anything. I'm really just doing a lot of reflection and feeling a lot in my body, feeling a lot of freeze. Yesterday I was feeling some fear of what could come. And then also some puffing upness, I will protect my family. I will protect and stay close to my friends, and just kind of this grandiose, again, nervous system response to protect ourselves. I'm not judging or, I don't have any attachment to any of those things. I'm superhuman, just a human. I want to live too. But something really interesting that I didn't think about right away because, I'm 43 and I've had my children and I'm not currently partnered, so I'm not having regular sex. But my daughter today told me that her and her roommates are all thinking about getting IVs because they last for 10 years. And I thought about what this kind of fear control based white patriarchal mindset does to the collective, and even more my own babies. And this fear of not being able to protect your body or have the rights to take care of yourself if something happens. What if somebody does something to me by choice and I need to get rid of the baby? And these are things that I didn't think about right away. Right away, I just thought about how are we going to stay safe from just that negative, racist regime. But even just the micro level, it made me really sad just to think that young people all over this country just that quickly had the shift about the ways they were thinking. A lot of people rushing to get passports, and I don't know, it just makes me think a lot about some of the natural medicine and spiritual pathways that can't be taken away. My first thought was, there's ways to use herbs that have been practices that people have done since way back. If you need to emergency abort for safety reasons or something like that. But that knowledge isn't really shared in our public system. And I was also thinking and listening to some people today. I was in this, I want to say like a lecture or like a share from someone in the Ho-Chunk Nation, just kind of sharing the ways that their people were able to survive through exactly what has always been happening when we're under the perceived control of the colonizer, right? They came in, they killed all the buffalo, they killed a lot of the people. They wanted everybody to assimilate, but people had their songs that gave them their true history, their dance, and they saved their seeds. And she was saying something about how sometimes people were starving to death and had to decide if they eat the seeds or save them for a future. And it really made my mind expand and just think, today is the day after hearing about where the election went. And where am I? I'm sitting, listening to this indigenous elder share stories about how to survive through the worst. And it just gave me a little bit of peace knowing that, no, we're not going to all make it through all of these things. There is a part of us that has to just know that, yeah, we're not all going to make it, but what are we doing while we're here? Like right now is what we have. And I decided to put all these things that I thought I should do today to the side and spend some time with my daughter, just to look at her, hear her, laugh with her, walk outside and be cold with her. We went and had a healthy meal together and just spent time being in each other's energy. And I feel emotional just talking about it because we never know how long we have to be the person that we want to be, and to share wisdom, to share love, and to share our medicine with each other. Because the medicine we share with each other, we get to hold in our hearts. They can do anything they want to our bodies. They can do anything they want to control the landscape of where we live, but they can't get in there if we choose to keep feeding in there. We feed what our deep desire and purpose and dreams are in our heart, and we share them with each other. We vulnerably just share our truth because we all have a reason that we're here. It doesn't have to be some big thing that we need to do. It's like just you waking up today and existing is sweetening up the reasons that I want to exist. It's suturing and tying a little bit of truth together so we have a thread to hold on to. Because when things get really dark, we're going to need to know that there's good in us, because we're all of it. The dark didn't come from nowhere. Just because you maybe didn't say it out loud doesn't mean you haven't once felt complete spite for another person just because of who you perceive them to be. I know I have, especially white people. I'm just saying, like, I'm having a lot of judgment right now that I'm having to really just like look at, where I'm like, man, where can I still see our humanity? When I live in a body that is affected over and over and over again by all these systems, by even some of the ones that other people don't have to think about. Anyways, so with all that being said, I thought, who am I to be dragging my feet to start this podcast that I've been feeling like Spirit has been really whispering into my heart to share. And I kind of like started it and stopped it and just kind of really had cold feet, because sometimes I feel like, what do I know? You know, why would it be important for me to share anything? What do I even have to say? Why would anybody want to even hear it? But that's the kind of thinking that will keep us small, hiding our light, and isolated. So, by example, even if no one hears this, I'm going to start somewhere. So with that, I just wanted to say we got each other. It's okay to be afraid, but it's also okay to find any practices, rituals, books, guides in nature, just anything that you can pull in strength from and really channel into what would it be like to show up as a warrior. And I know warrior sometimes can seem like something that's like fictional or past, but it's like right now we need warriors. If it's for nothing other than being able to stay present, being able to be agile and being able to move on your feet if you need to, being able to help others, we're going to need each other. We're going to need each other, and we got each other. We can do this. We always have. We always have. And when we don't, our bodies will be dirt. And then we'll have each other from there. Going back into a rebirth as dirt and beyond. This is a song from that same album, Laughing at Ghosts, called August. I'll end with that.
sacred in your words and in your hearts. Let black be sacred in your actions, in the way you breathe and love. Let black be sacred in the streets and in the movement and in the prisons and in the playgrounds and in your spirit. Let black be sacred with your mouth. Let black be so sacred that it lives in the bellies of your children, healing pain from generations of buried grief. Let black be sweet, sacred, buried love songs. Let black be sacred. Let black be sacred street warriors and queens uniting and loving within. Let black be sacred in your hearts. Black, be black.